Anxiety rarely arrives screaming. Most of the time, it whispers. It shows up as a tight chest when nothing is wrong, as a racing mind when the room is quiet, as a constant feeling that something is about to go wrong, even when your life looks fine from the outside. And the most frustrating part is this: the harder you try to fight anxiety, the stronger it becomes. That's because anxiety feeds on resistance. The moment you try to control every thought, suppress every sensation, or force yourself to calm down, your nervous system interprets that effort as danger. You're telling your body, without realizing it, that something must be wrong. Otherwise, why would you be trying so hard to fix it? What if peace didn't require effort at all? What if anxiety wasn't an enemy to defeat, but a signal asking you to change how you relate to your inner world? Today, I want to share one simple ritual. Not a complex routine. Not a spiritual performance. Not something that requires special tools, beliefs, or hours of practice. It's simple, quiet, and surprisingly powerful. And when practiced consistently, it retrains your nervous system to move from tension to safety, from anxiety to peace. This ritual doesn't erase anxiety instantly. Instead, it transforms it. It changes how anxiety moves through you, how long it stays, and how much control it has over your decisions. Think about how anxiety usually controls your life. It makes you overthink conversations that already happened. It pulls your attention into imaginary futures that may never occur. It convinces you that rest is unsafe and stillness is unproductive. And over time, you stop trusting yourself. You stop trusting calm moments. You live in a constant state of anticipation, but anxiety loses its power when it's no longer treated as a threat. Here's an example. Imagine a glass of muddy water. If you keep shaking it, the water never clears. That's what overthinking does. That's what constant mental noise does. Peace doesn't come from filtering the water, it comes from letting it settle. Stillness does the work for you. This ritual is about settling the inner waters. Before I explain how it works, I want you to notice something important. The most peaceful people you've met weren't always the ones with the easiest lives. They were the ones who knew how to return to themselves. They had a way of grounding. A way of coming back to the present without forcing it. That's exactly what this ritual teaches your body to do. If you're finding value in this so far, take a moment to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It helps keep content like this reaching people who genuinely need it, maybe even someone you care about. In the next part, I'll walk you through the ritual itself, not as instructions on paper, but as an experience you can actually feel while listening. The ritual begins in a place most people overlook entirely, the moment before you try to calm yourself down. Anxiety doesn't spike randomly. It spikes when the body feels unheard. So this ritual starts by doing something counterintuitive. You stop trying to fix anything. When anxiety shows up, the usual reaction is immediate correction. You distract yourself. You analyze. You scroll. You breathe forcefully. You look for reassurance. All of that sends the same message to your nervous system: this feeling is dangerous. And the body responds accordingly. Instead, this ritual invites you to do the opposite. When you notice anxiety rising, a tight chest, shallow breathing, racing thoughts, pause whatever you're doing and gently place one hand on your chest and the other on your lower abdomen. Not dramatically. Not ceremonially. Just enough contact to remind the body that you are present. This physical grounding matters more than people realize. Touch is one of the fastest ways to signal safety to the nervous system. Now comes the core of the ritual, naming without engaging. Silently say to yourself, this is anxiety. Not something is wrong. Not I need this to stop. Just a neutral acknowledgement. You're not diagnosing. You're not judging. You're labeling. Why does this work? Because anxiety thrives on fusion. When you become the feeling, naming it creates distance. It turns anxiety from an identity into an experience. Something happening within you, not to you. After naming it, bring your attention to your breath, not to control it, but to follow it. Let the breath do what it's already doing. Short, long, uneven. It doesn't matter. Your job isn't to improve it. Your job is to stay with it. Here's where most people struggle. Thoughts will interrupt. This isn't working. I don't have time for this. What if this gets worse? That's fine. That's expected. The ritual isn't about stopping thoughts. It's about not following them. Every time the mind pulls you into a story, gently return to one physical sensation, the rise and fall of your abdomen, the warmth of your hand on your chest, or the subtle movement of air at your nose. Choose one anchor and keep returning to it. Think of it like training a muscle, not solving a problem. There's a real-world example that makes this clear. Imagine you're caught in unexpected traffic and running late. Anxiety kicks in immediately, tension, frustration, mental spirals. Now imagine instead of mentally rehearsing worst-case scenarios, you notice your grip tightening on the steering wheel. You soften it. You name the anxiety. You stay with your breath for a few moments. The situation hasn't changed, but you have. The urgency dissolves into clarity. You respond instead of react. This ritual works because it shifts your body out of survival mode and back into regulation. It tells your nervous system, repeatedly, I can feel this and remain safe. And safety is the foundation of peace. You only need 2 to 5 minutes. Longer is optional. Shorter still works. The consistency matters more than duration. Done once, it feels grounding. Done daily, it becomes transformative. Here's the key insight most people miss: peace isn't something you create after anxiety disappears. Peace is what allows anxiety to pass through without hijacking you. If this explanation is resonating with you, this is a good moment to support the channel. Like the video and subscribe. It helps this work reach people who are quietly struggling and don't always know how to ask for help. In the final part, I'll explain how this ritual rewires anxiety over time, why it becomes more effective the less you force it, and how to integrate it into real life without turning it into another obligation. What makes this ritual so powerful isn't what happens in the moment, it's what happens after, and especially what happens over time. Each time you stay with anxiety without trying to escape it, you teach your nervous system something radically new: the discomfort is not danger. And that lesson changes everything. Most anxiety is learned. Not in a conscious way, but through repetition. Your body learned that certain sensations, a racing heart, tight chest, shallow breath, mean threat. And once that association is formed, the body reacts automatically. Logic doesn't help much here, because anxiety doesn't operate in the logical brain. It lives in the body. This ritual works because it speaks the body's language. Every time you place your hands on your chest and abdomen, name the feeling, and remain present with your breath, you interrupt the old pattern. You replace panic with presence. Over days and weeks, the body starts responding differently. The same sensations arise, but they no longer escalate as quickly. They pass more smoothly. Sometimes they dissolve before you even finish the ritual. There's a moment many people experience after practicing this consistently, a moment that often goes unnoticed at first. Anxiety shows up, and then leaves. Without a fight. Without a story. Without control tactics. That's when peace stops feeling fragile and starts feeling reliable. It's important to understand that peace isn't the absence of anxiety. It's the absence of fear of anxiety. When the fear goes away, anxiety loses its fuel. You may also notice changes in your daily life. You pause before reacting. You sleep more deeply. Your thoughts become less sticky. You stop catastrophizing small sensations. Even your body posture changes, shoulders soften, breathing deepens naturally. These are signs of regulation, not suppression, and this is where people often make a mistake. They turn the ritual into another task to perform perfectly. Don't do that. The ritual works because it is gentle. Because it meets you where you are, not where you think you should be. Use it when anxiety rises. Use it when you wake up with a heavy feeling. Use it before a difficult conversation. Or simply use it once a day as a way of reminding your body what safety feels like. There is no wrong moment. Here's a simple integration into daily life. Before reaching for your phone in the morning, sit on the edge of your bed and do the ritual for 2 minutes. Before sleeping, do it again. These 2 quiet moments can change the emotional tone of your entire day. If you've stayed with this video until now, you already have more awareness than most people give themselves credit for. Anxiety doesn't mean you're broken. It means your system learned to protect you, and now it's ready to learn something new. If this message helped you reframe anxiety, take a moment to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It supports content that prioritizes depth, calm, and genuine well-being over quick fixes. Remember this, peace is not something you chase. It's something you allow. And sometimes, all it takes is one simple ritual, practiced with patience, to remind your body that it's safe to be here, exactly as you are. Thank you for being here. I'll see you in the next video.